Today's lesson is a, is checking your progress from lessons 1 through 5. And I'm going to show you how to use this Nearpod. First, you're going to watch the video that was on the first slide. Then you're going to come to this second page where it says check my progress. And you're going to you can make it bigger. Let's see here. By clicking on this button here with the 2 arrows, the left side of the screen. Okay, it says estimate and round each addend to the indicated place value. So it's telling you to round to the nearest tens place. So if we're looking at the number 59, the 5 is in the tens place. The number to the right of it is a 9. The 9, any number that is 5 or greater rounds up. So the 9 is going to cause the 5 to round up to a 6. So it'd be 60 plus, let's look at the next one. The 2 is in the tens place. We're going to look at the number to the right of it, which is another 2 in the ones place. A 2 is less than 5, so it's going to have the 2 is going to stay the same, but everything after it is going to become a 0. So you have 60 plus 120. So now you are going to use scratch paper to answer these questions and then write your answer on the line. So you can use this it looks like a pencil at the bottom, or you can make a text box. So I'm going to use this draw tool. And I'm just going to show you how I would like you to line up the numbers on scratch paper. So we said 60. 1 second here. I don't want it to be very big. I want it to be pretty small. So I'm going to drag this down so my dot isn't very big. And I'm going to click this button over here to the right to erase what I have started. Now that erases everything. That's the only thing to keep in mind. So 60 plus 120. You want to make sure that your numbers are lined up so that you're adding the numbers in the correct place value. 0 plus 0, we always start with the ones place and go from right to left. So 0 plus 0 we know is 0. 6 plus 2 is 8. And then we bring the 1 down. So our answer for number 1 would be 180. Now, if you would like to make a text box, you hit the T down here, and automatically this blue box comes up, or this box comes up. So what you can do is you click on these blue circles and you drag them to make it how big you want your text box to be. So I want my text box to be about this big. And then to move it, I have to click on this arrow, and then when I click on it, I have to hold it down and then drag it to where I want it to go. So you could also write it that way. Now, if you're more comfortable with just putting your answers on a piece of paper and taking a picture of your answers and emailing it to me, that's fine too, as long as I get to see your work. This next part, I'm going to have you do 2 and 3. This next part, number 4, estimate and round each addend to its greatest place value. So its greatest place value would be the tens place. So the 4 causes the 8 to, it's less than 5, so 4 is less than 5, so it's going to cause the 8 to stay the same. The 1 is going to cause the 1 to stay the same. So everything after is going to become zeros, remember that. So our first number is 80, and our second number is 10. 80 plus 10, can you do 80 plus 10 in your head? If not, you can, like I have been doing, is line your numbers up. What's 80 plus 10? Well, it'd be 90. When you line your numbers up, you have to make sure you're adding the numbers in the correct place value. These ones you're just adding. So whenever you add these numbers, I would suggest putting the number that is greater on the top. So for number 7, I'm gonna put 319 first. And then 62 underneath. Nine plus 2 is 11. You always start in the ones place. Now, if it's 10 or more, you have to regroup. So we're not going to just put both the ones here. We're going to put a 1 here. We're going to have to carry over to the next place value. So we're going to put a 1 above it. 1 plus 6 is 7, plus the 1 we carried is 8. And then 3 plus 0 would be 3. We're bringing this 3 down. So our answer would be 381. You're going to have to line your numbers up to answer number 11 and 12. And you have to make sure you answer the question and put the correct unit. So on Monday, 479 people visited the reptile exhibit at the zoo. The next day, there were 386 visitors. To the nearest 100, what would be a reasonable estimate for the total number of visitors for 2 days? So you're going to add those numbers together and you have to line them up. So we're going to put 479 on the top and then underneath it 386. And then it's asking how many the total number of visitors. So your answer is going to be a number and then after it visitors. That's the unit. So that's after you complete this, um, I will see that you have completed it because I get reports. So that is what you are to do today. And if you have any questions, please let me know.